Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Kerry, the Reformed Spender, and today we're looking at motivation.
I actually found some channels that covered the topics of debt. I watched a lot of YouTube channels about paying off debt through the Dave Ramsey method, which meant that I was actually focusing on it, and there was an urgency to get it done. But I would say read some books on the topic, watch some channels on the topic, because when you're absolutely focused on it, and we got to the point we absolutely hated the idea of debt, full stop. And so often it's referred to as, is your why big enough? What's the reason you want to get out of debt? Because if you don't have a reason for doing it, it's very difficult to be motivated. And there is a saying, 5% inspiration and 95% perspiration. And for us, it was about changing our behavior so that we could have a better future. And by changing our behavior, we were able to move forward. But change is not easy. And yet, when you actually start to budget and stick to the budget, which was a real challenge for me, it almost feels like you've got more money available because you're not losing money £5 at a time on just... So mine was craft, and I wouldn't have any problem spending £5, but I would have a problem spending £60. So by looking at that and going, actually, I don't want to spend that £5 because that £5 will move the needle on paying off my debt. So our why was to get rid of the weight of debt, the amount of time I spent on it. So I can remember at one point, I would stay awake till midnight every night to make sure I had enough money in the right account. And that was incredibly stressful because obviously I wasn't sleeping enough, but I was constantly having to move money, which just made life incredibly exhausting. And so by focusing on it and deciding, okay, I wasn't allowed to go into the craft shop, my guilty, I knew that if I went in there, I could only go with cash that belonged to me. I couldn't take anything, I couldn't take a debit card. Just cash. And that works incredibly well. Was I tempted? Absolutely. Did it take a lot of time? Yes. Were there errors along the way? Lots. But we got there. And you can too. Thanks for joining me.